present it to you this way. And a few years back, there was a major news scandal. And even right now, it's still playing in the media because Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, like a slew of like top shelf comedians all went to Saudi Arabia to do a show, and they all caught hell over it. Well, other bigger comedians stayed out of that, refused the money, and didn't go. Why? Because Saudi Arabia is still controversial, and the idea there is that a few years back, an opponent of the regime was called to the embassy in Turkey, and members of the security entourage for the crown prince uh, butchered him and hit his body and killed him. And then you have in that kingdom crown prince saying he knew nothing about it, and most people think that's preposterous that he knew nothing about it. But he's so powerful that some of the people who actually physically did the killing may actually have been executed for the entire show of making the prince look innocent. But no one who really is on the know of how things work in that country honestly believe that the crown prince didn't know about that. And I present to you that Dana White is the crown prince of the UFC. Since the very, very beginning, he's always been a control freak, always controlling things. So, and he's a gambling person. We've got hundreds of videos and stories of him gambling, not on MMA, not officially, but not on MMA, but he's a gambler. So now he's going to look up and be like, I had no idea. I can't believe what these guys are doing. It's very disingenuous. And, if they investigate and do find that he knew and looked the other way, or I think the most plausible way the thing gets laid out is that when they bought the UFC, that yeah, he gambled on the fights, and at some point, he realized there was some type of conflict of interest. There was some type of problem. It could actually affect if the boxing commissions are doing their job, and his boss Lorenzo Fertitta was on the boxing commission, right? But it would actually be a conflict of interest for him to be making money off of gambling. He wouldn't list it on his taxes, right? But it could pop up, and it would be a conflict of interest for him to be gambling on some of the fighters and some of the guys, and he would want them to win and not others, and things like that. So at some point, he's probably pulled out of it. But